Welcome to an adductor release session. These are the most effective drills to really release those hips and the internal part of your hip capsule to get you feeling nice and strong and nice and stable to help with the engagement of your external rotators, your knee and everything else. Let's jump straight in. I'm going to start off with a saphenous nerve glide. So I'm going to stand up nice and tall. I'm going to work the inside part of my thigh. So I'm going to be working my right saphenous nerve. I'm going to lunge across with my left leg. I'm going to twist my foot away from my midline. I'm then going to twist into that lunge leg. The outside part of my right foot is off the ground and my right leg is nice and straight. I then drop into that lunge, keeping this leg nice and straight, feeling that nerve and the muscle tissue through my right groin, my right adductor start to stretch out. I can increase the depth of this movement by bringing my right arm up, twisting into my left hand side and just dropping down through there, about 10 to 12 times each side. Straight after that one, it's going to be time to actually do some soft tissue release work. Now I've got a barbell loaded up here with just one barbell plate. I'm going to lie straight down with my leg out to the side and I'm going to just gently roll that barbell across, lifting it up and place that as high up into that internal capsule, so that underpant line, as high as I can. I'm then going to just lie back and relax into that trigger point release with nice deep slow breathing. Anywhere from about 30 to 60 seconds I'm going to hold it there. I can then move it around and find a couple of sore spots. You'll have a couple of spots that are your go-to spots. Find them, hold it there for as long as you can. Now we can move this all the way down to the knee joint, but the further you get away from the hip capsule, the more intense it's going to be. We want to keep our pain response here at about 6 out of 10. 10 being completely unbearable, 6 being manageable, that you can at least lie there, if not enjoy it, but lie there comfortably for about 30 to 60 seconds. So find those spots. After you've held that, you'll feel that tissue release and you can move on to the next one. Now after you've done both sides through there, we're then going to walk our way into a quad stretch on the wall. Now with that quad stretch on the wall, if you can get your knee all the way in with your shin parallel to the wall, touching the wall, and then come all the way up into your stretch, go for it. But if you're in the wall and you're only down in this position here, you're not going to get as much out of it as you should. So just bring that knee off the wall, come upright, and we want to try and get our lower back and our pelvis over the top of that hip and try and get as vertical over the top of your knee as possible. You're going to get more out of being here than leaning all the way down through there. Once you're in your upright position, we're going to spend a couple of minutes per side here and we're going to do two things. I'm going to push my foot away from my body, so into the wall as hard as I can, eliciting a strong muscle response through here. So I'm really working on that leg extension. Squeeze as hard as you can for about 20 to 40 seconds. After that 20 to 40 seconds, relax into it and we're going to then hold for 20 to 40 seconds, big, slow, deep breathing. And just try and relax neck and shoulders and everything, just drop into that stretch, nice, relax. When we flex, we're looking to really engage the nervous system to elicit a control at the end of our range. We then relax into the position after that with big, deep, slow breathing to just let our nervous system know that we're comfortable, we're calm, and we're relaxed being here. So we gain control and then we gain the depth and relax into that movement. Now after you hold that one both sides for about 2 to 4 minutes, again looking at 1 to 3 times doing your flex and relax with deep breathing, we're then going to move on to our hip flexor nerve glide. Now our hip flexor nerve glide, we're not just going to come up and drop down into a stretch through there, which is not going to achieve much. With my left hip flexor nerve glide, I'm going to have my knee directly underneath my hip, my left toes curled under in a track start, my right foot is out the front. I then go belly button in, I roll my pelvis into a posterior tilt, squeeze my bottom as hard as I can. Now, rubbing your hand on your bottom is going to help engage some sensory input, so it's going to maintain that contraction. I'm then going to glide forward 8 to 12 times, only moving an inch or two, keeping that glute contracted and squeezed, posterior tilt, belly button in, really feeling that pull down through there. Again, repeat on both sides. After that one, it's time to move into a wall straddle stretch. Now we can use a band to assist in this, or you can just go straight into the wall stretch. Here we go, come down and have a look at this one. Now, I'm going to wrap the band around my back if I'm going to use the band. If not, we're just going to come up, legs flat against the wall, bottom all the way into the wall, and we drop our legs down and we hold it here up to 1 or 2 minutes or longer if you can. If you want to make it more intense, we just get one of our thorough bands, we loop it around our feet, both sides. It's around our lower back. We come back into the wall. Let me fix this up. Come back into the wall, looping our band around. Here we go. And we use that band to really pull our hips open. So it's really driving our feet down to the side and giving us quite a pull through there. We can again hold that open for 1 to 3 minutes. It's going to really give you a big long stretch through there. Walk out of that one nice and comfortably and smoothly and carefully. Straight off that one, it's time to jump up, move around and shake that out before we move into a sitting groin stretch. Now with our sitting groin stretch, we're just going to come into what's called a butterfly. Feet together, knees apart, and we're going to be nice and upright. Try to imagine there's a ruler from the center of our chest down to our belly button, so you don't want to slouch over. Now up in this position here, I'm going to let my knees drop out to the side, and I'm then going to be pushing my knees up into my forearms as hard as I can, keeping my heels together, pushing those knees up into my forearms as hard as I can, squeezing my adductors as hard as I can. Again, I then relax into it. You'll feel yourself open up even more into the stretch. I'm going to repeat that 1 to 3 times. I'm then going to do the opposite. I'm going to squeeze my bottom, pulling my bottom underneath my body, driving those knees down into the ground by engaging the external rotators in my hips. So really pulling those hips open with my glutes, squeezing down so the opposite muscles to your adductor. So we're looking at abduction, so AB, away from the body. Again, repeat that 1 to 3 times before moving into our drop backs. Our drop back, we're going to take our knees out as far as you can. My toes are facing away from the body, toes pointed into some plantar flexion. From here, I'm going to drop my hips back as far as I can, and I'm then going to squeeze my knees into the ground as hard as I can. Try not to slide all the way up, but just pushing those knees in, giving a big, strong adduction squeeze. After about 20 to 40 seconds, I relax, and again, I'm looking at abduction now. So I'm trying to lift my knees off the ground by engaging my hips, my external rotators. I'm trying to pull those knees off the ground, relax, a couple of big deep breaths, work on adduction, so squeeze those knees in. 20 to 40 seconds, relax. Try and lift those knees up off the ground by squeezing your external rotators. Relax through there and drop back into it. The final one is just a hat drill. And we're just going to do half of the hat drill. So my right leg is going to come out to the side. I'm going to drop my left bottom down towards my left heel. Up and down 5 to 12 times, up to you. And then I work into some open thoracic drills. So my right leg is out to the side, my right arm comes up. I then go into some closed thoracic drills. So right arm comes down, my right leg is out to the side, so my left arm comes up. So we're working the spiral line of the body, working on some thoracic rotation to the side with that open, locked hip joint through there. Now, the adduction drills today are really important and effective for working on knee stability. When those adductors are too tight, you're going to have a great deal of difficulty engaging and working that knee properly, effectively, and with good function. So, work through your adductor drills, let me know how you go, and I'll see you shortly.